Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Silent Table for yet another episode of the Culmination Avalon. Yes, hello. Another day, another adventure. Things are starting to finally ramp up in the story. I'm actually excited because today marks the beginning of the final chapters. Kind of crazy, actually, now that I think about it. Today, well, I don't think it's going to be today. Probably next week or the week after. Probably next week is actually going to be about halfway through the story, which is interesting. However, I personally can't determine how long the chapters in the story are going to be. It, of course, all depends on the players and story aspects about what's been going on around the world. But yeah, we're approaching halfway, which is interesting. And preparations have begun. And I'm excited. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Brady, unfortunately, is going to be late, probably. Work has him caught up until about 9 o'clock. So chances are we're probably not going to be seeing him tonight, but I do hope that he is able to make it. All right. Well, let's go in and check out what's going on.
I'm thinking, Dave, of picking up, when I have the money, the Otherworldly Komodo.
Same!
It's just a good thing to have.
What does it do?
It's a kimono of I suck you in, and that's it.
I'm
You're
more
gone.
of going for the bonus on the caster level checks.
The caster level bonus is nice. I like it for the ability. It's kind of thematic to the whole Reaper thing. Just shroud someone in my cloak and they disappear off the battlefield.
Yeah, I would definitely make it more, make it a whirlpool if I were to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Thematically, it was between that and the Void Frost robes. So I'm like, these are nice, but they're not the best. I give 5 cold resistance, increase the wearer's caster level for all spells with the cold descriptor by 1, and once per day I can emit a 20-foot radius cold burst that is 2d6.
That's not bad.
It's not bad, but the +4 to for resistance bonus on saving throws and a +4 in caster level checks is pretty good in my opinion. You know?
Oh yeah.
The Otherworldly Kimono is a very good item.
Hey Josh, yeah. It's a very good item.
Is.
Especially when you're a weird sub magic caster who's not a wizard, you're not a sorcerer.
You're in between.
You're a cleric or a magus.
Yeah.
You're because druids have the druid vestments.
Mm-hmm.
The whole hullabaloo. But ice cream.
You're like a hybrid.
Hello.
Ice cream.
So, as I was telling everybody, today, either today or next week, is actually going to be marking the halfway point.
Yeah. We're also coming up on a year, I want to believe.
Yeah, we are actually.
I can't remember we started. I can't remember when we started. I think I want to say March actually.
No, it was February. I'm pretty sure.
Am I thinking? You may be right. I can't remember.
Let me go fact check that real quick.
Yeah, because I know we're close, but we're not close.
I know it was in February.
I know it was within the first 3 months of the year.
Correct.
That's all I got for you.
I'm fairly certain it was February. Session 1, Fate Foretold,
Dun dun.
first
Oh my.
aired. 1 year from next week.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
I was actually
Sorry.
pretty close to my assumption, but not the
Yes.
actual date.
January 27th will mark 1 year of the culmination of Avalon.
Cool.
That's cool.
Like, cool, brah.
Like totally tubular,
Oh
dude.
god.
Imagine if Gil just spoke like that.
He would be dead already.
I know.
Yeah.
I would just not participate in the campaign at fucking all.
We'll do a
Yeah.
pirate campaign and I
1
just play a
whole
surfer.
year. Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You guys were almost done with Return at a year.
Yeah. We were.
Wow.
You're not even breaching halfway.
Well,
Oh,
Yee.
God.
I think that says a lot more on your ability. The pace is a bit better.
Yeah, the pace is a lot nicer, but come next week, the story is going to start ramping up very fast.
Oh, no trouble.
Charming. Charming.
Oh boy.
But we have to get through this week first,
Woo.
which is going to be most likely full setup. So, to recap, last week. The Festival of the Lost has concluded, in the new year of the fourth or fifth era in regards to Avalon's timeline began. So, our heroes said goodbye to their fellow companions, whisking away on an airship to get to Faris. Meanwhile, the Imperials set out eastward or westward. I know my cardinal directions. Westward to Ocean Pass to head back into the territories of Father Dur and the Kingdom of Myril to investigate these strange rumors of these dark and mysterious creatures that are appearing basically out of nowhere. Meanwhile, Dreamcatchers, after a nice holiday-fulfilled and romance-filled new year, set out past the Baroque School of Magic and landed in Faris to speak with Tarzer and accepting the offer of training from the denizens of the Nine. On that, they also received a letter from Wandering Hope herself, Alicia Wingwright, to meet with them, Algaroth.
I forgot that was your title, Dave.
So,
Oh, yeah, that's Alicia's actual title.
finally, meeting with all of the Wanderers and catching them up on the scenarios that are happening throughout the world
We literally told them everything.
and filling them in on everything. A nice little surprise appearance. Eiffel as well.
Listen, why is it's not a surprise for us anymore? We've accepted the fact that he just appears.
I like
As
it. I like Typhil. He's an interesting
yeah, as a
character.
surprising appearance by Typhel, agreeing to help you all and guide you through the layers of hell in order to retrieve the Demon Queen Hino Akamaho. However, taking into account with your previous encounters, the Dreamcatchers then decided we need to get stronger first before we go into the hells. So, leaving the Wanderers to inform those in need of the events transpiring throughout the lands, we are going to pick up the next day in the morning on, according to the Gregorian calendar, January 16th.
Okay.
And so, you all awake in Algaroth, gathering up all of your stuff and eating a nice hearty breakfast. What is it you all plan to do? Head straight to Faris and begin your training? Explore the city of Algaroth?
We kind of need to jump right back on the ship, don't we?
Do we?
Do we? I think
Do
we
we?
literally told Tizer. Tiz. I said it
Tarzer.
right? Tarzer, there it is. That we're like, we're gonna go have this meeting, and then we're coming back.
Right, because you guys have all of your magical items that were ordered being crafted in Faris.
Like, we could stay in Algaroth, but I don't know what we would do in Algaroth.
Well,
That was a lot of voice cracking.
to your knowledge, you guys are still within the general vicinity of Elysia and Opal. So, unless if there's anything that you guys want to do to interact with Opal or Elysia, you guys could honestly just jump ship and go right to Faris.
I mean, I was kind of just saying that to be, you know,
Facetious?
an idiot. Yeah, to be an idiot. Like, do we really have to go?
Oh, okay, fair enough.
No,
Kind of.
but we should.
I mean, we should.
That said, the only thing that Rose would want to do is stop by home, quote unquote, the cathedral really quick and pick up a new change of clothes that we will get to later.
Okay, that's fine. That can happen.
Okay, that can happen. Well, I'd say Gil
Mhm.
would see if Alicia Wingwright's in her office.
Sarah would confirm that Alicia is in her office.
He would go over and politely knock on the door.
Ushering you in through the door. I don't have the bar map up anymore.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So, Theater of the Mind.
We know what the room looks like.
Yeah.
We've seen it a million times.
So, yes, Gil, you are ushered into Alicia's office. She obviously smiles and greets you and asks, "What can I do for you, Mr. Oceanus?"
Mr. Ngite, if you excuse some presumptuous action, your businesswoman, correct?
I would like to say so.
Fair enough. What advice would you give to a small adventuring party looking to increase monetary gain so they are able to well equip themselves against the pending circumstance?
Mercenary work. Sorry, I'm not there.
Well, actual business in the Wanderers really fucking good.
Okay, so are you asking this on a professional level or on a personal level?
On a professional level, as a person whose family technically owns a trading company.
Okay.
Also, I'm not very well oriented towards bending the rules, perchance sometimes. There are some associates we have that are much more akin to that. Myself, no.
Well, I will give you your first bit of advice is that you're not going to get anywhere in this world without doing said bending a rule.
Oh, yeah, you can bend the rules, but there are some rules I will not bend that others I know would.
You're not going to be me. Got it.
Didn't say it, but you said it.
She bent. She did. She bent the rules quite
I
heavily.
believe that is well documented, Dave.
Okay, so on a professional level, if you want to keep a good image for you and the rest of your party, personally, since you know so many people in power, you're well associated with us, with the 9 Greece and a bunch of other kingdoms, as a fact. Personally, I can put in a better word for you in your group. You're somewhat known throughout the realm? For your deeds throughout the kingdoms? Especially with what you all did for the Lumina Festival, your secret expeditions to undermine the Dark Guilds during the Tournament of Strength, and with your assistance of the Oracle of Darkness and with Gorwyn. They don't go unrecognized.
Fair.
It's how I gained an interest in your.
Much appreciated.
Well, if you are looking for more payout in regards to different tasks that you have on hand, you're spending time in Faris, correct?
That we are.
I'm pretty sure Tarzer would have a couple of quests that could use a higher level adventuring party to take out.
Fair, fair. I was also thinking of somehow starting a small shipping operation in which we have people produce potions and scrolls, highly sought after magical items, and they're not nothing to scoff at because considering the abilities of those in which I travel with. I was wondering what, in your opinion, would be the best way to distribute those through a more not steady but unified front instead of as individuals.
Personally, capital investment.
That's a
Take
good idea.
take this place for example. Granted, this was a special circumstance, and when I bought the bar, I sort of forced it out. Now that I think about it,
To
but-
be honest, I can't say I'm surprised.
but it did turn out. It did turn into the most successful tavern here in Algaroth.
That it did.
But with your adventures, your companion Usk, who carries your bag of holding companion around, perhaps you
sure.
might be able to strike a better business deal with his father.
Oh, that's very true. We'll have to swing by the Underdark again at some point.
The only problem that you're going to run into is that the magical items market is heavily monopolized by Faris.
That's true.
Perhaps if you were to strike up a deal with this, you said his name was what, Smiley?
Yes, Mr. Smiley. He's one of your children know him. Morgana.
Oh, Mogiana.
Morgiana. That's Matt just being dumb. I never remember what goddamn.
Now that I think about it, I do remember her mentioning Mimic. Well, perhaps there might be a way for Faris to extend its arm down to the Underdark. A possibility. I could use some competition down there. It's just an offer. You can act as a broker for the both of them.
Oh, that's true.
You're a well sought out businessman. You could think of something.
Oh, Gil turns a bit purple at that statement. He's like, "Oh, I'm a businessman, am I?" Listen, a compliment's a compliment. I don't care where it comes from.
The opportunity for money is everywhere. You just have to have the right knowledge and investments to do so.
Fair enough. I know we are initially thinking of buying ourselves a small air frigate and starting minute trading abilities on that one.
She like gestures out to you, like, there you go. See? Already have ideas brewing.
Well, I appreciate your thought process within this because, as we just further and further gain acclaim, we are going to need much and more powerful magical trinkets to help us in our woes and adventure.
Either craft them yourself or pay the price of having someone make them for you.
Yes, well, sadly, we have someone who makes potions, someone who makes scrolls, and a magic tech researcher, but none of us are really that well adepted for making and crafting magical items.
skills such as magical item crafting and the new magitech does take a lot of time.
I mean, Gil, if you ever wanted to, you could be our magic
I'm
item
not
crafter.
learning to craft magical items.
I will. Fuck it.
We've been
I
over
already
this
am.
many times.
Better you than me this time at least.
I'll I'll be the,
I'll look into it next time I get a feat. But I don't get a lot of feats to the Magus.
I'll be the magical item crafter. Fuck it.
For the time being, I would just strictly focus on your training. Pick it up as a hobby, you can. However, ensuring the safety of Avalon at the moment is unfortunately your priority.
That's fair. Well, I appreciate your counsel in this matter. It seemed a loss to not have a conversation of business with one of the most well-known businesswomen on the plane.
I think it's still a businessman. Actually.
I'm always open to offer mentorship.
Appreciate it. Well, we must be off, because I believe, other than I think Rose is having a meeting with Opal, we have to make haste back to Faris, because we kind of told them we would be. Not to mention, we left things there that are kind of crucial to adventuring.
Hey Matt, no offense, but could you swallow your mic a little more?
Sorry, I was trying to project because I was eating cooked green beans.
It's all good.
Okay.
That was Matt like leaning away so he could chew food.
You
Very well, then.
you good. You good.
Very well then.
Right.
Safe travels, Mr.
And he'll give a very polite bow and he'll leave the room. Welcome to Matt now opening Google Docs to develop business plans.
Woo!
Yes, in terms of capital investment, you guys could literally do fucking anything.
I know.
The fantasy world, and you guys have an open book. You know that.
Josh, do we know, did I ever get a letter back from my family?
At a location that you have been at? No.
Okay.
For a long enough period of time.
Oh, that's fair. Well, we'll be in Faris for a bit, so.
Yeah.
Theoretically, we're right back there.
Hey, so speaking of crafting scrolls, what would I need to essentially craft enough scrolls to basically make it so that we basically never run out of money?
Craft them at any open time space that you have.
Yeah, and so Dave, like you're saying, so the amount of bonus feats I get is I get one at 5th level, and I get one at 11th level, and I get one at 17th. Like,
That's why when I built Alicia, I built her to be the magic item creator.
yeah,
Because I
first
knew
thought,
it
not
takes.
after.
It was a first thought. I knew that it would take a shit ton of fucking feats just to
it's
get
like,
it going.
I have very limited feat room, and I need to take the ones I need to make sure I am able to
do the things
do
that
the
you
things
want
I
to
do.
Keep in mind, there are options out there for you guys to get money. If
Yeah,
you
there
need it
are.
immediately.
Yeah.
There are
There's a
absolute-
whole layer of the 9 circles to dedicated strictly to that. There's a whole layer of it.
Now you're talking.
Yeah, it's the layer built based off of greed.
I was so scared he was talking about the lust layer.
I am. Listen,
I mean, if you want to sell yourself out, you can, but
I
that's
am
up
not
to you.
taking a loan out by the 9. I'm smarter than that.
Just saying.
I know.
Just saying,
option's
though,
there.
like, the option is there. There's also Stacks. Like, we could
Stacks?
take loan. Yeah,
Yeah.
Stacks is
The
World
bank? The
Oh.
bank? You know, the people
We
who are in
could-
charge of keeping all of your money?
We could take loans out to commission magic items shit
That's-
with.
That's very true, but if we take a loan out from the bank, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we have to pay it
Wouldn't-
back eventually.
Yeah.
Key word, eventually.
Mm-hmm.
It
So wait.
doesn't mean that it's going to have to be paid back immediately, nor is it even going to necessarily need to be paid off by the end of the campaign,
So
if it
wait,
unless it runs that long.
is that how loans work in real life too,
Yeah.
or no?
Yes,
You
that's how
pay,
real
you
loans
pay a
work in
little
real
bit
life.
back every month
Oh.
or
Yeah.
a agreed upon amount.
It
before you
accumulates
pay.
interest over time. That's how the
Yeah.
They
banks
do
make
it.
money.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
neat. Thank you.
I
you're-
work in loans.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you're smart.
I mean,
It is my job to know these
Uh,
things.
I think our best bet is to, if we want to just not start a trading company, but it may be easier to beforehand work within an already established trading commerce hub.
Well,
then
I mean,
branch
we
out from
have
there.
the deal going on with Smiley.
Yeah,
You can,
exactly.
Yeah, you can.
We need to return to the Underdark so we can get Nar filled up again.
Like
Yes.
like Alicia said, you guys can extend an olive branch into a partnership with Smiley. With the success that you guys had with Nar, like
No.
you're in good hands right now.
Absolutely. So Nar is someone.
No.
My brain's also just to the point where I'm like, because Nar is good for one thing, but my thought process is combining Nar's shop with my family's trading company, which gives you both commerce and distribution.
Right.
No.
Indeed.
So
On
the
that
option's
note-
there.
Yeah, there. Absolutely. On that note, I need to find the goddamn ion stone that gets me comprehend languages. There it is.
I think it's a gray spindle.
It's an Eastern Star.
Hmm.
$4,000. I just got to get the $4,000 back. That way, I can finally conversate with Nar's child.
No.
Smiley's child,
My bad.
which is Nar.
No.
God, my brain just got that so backwards so quick.
Yeah.
Every single time, every single time you all say Nora, expect me to giggle. I love that name.
Well, I mean, it's funny.
It's a good name.
Good name.
Yeah.
All right. So, with Anathil paying for everyone's airship tickets out of the community gold, you guys now have 3 days aboard the airship.
I need to check on the dog. 1 sec.
We have how much time?
3 days.
3 days. All right.
I will continue making pistol if Zorloff can help with.
Do
their
we
cast spell.
do we remember the name of the woman who shipped us to the Underdark the first time? My brain's just drawing a blank right now.
The Drow lady?
Yeah,
Alri.
Alri. That was it.
Aluri.
Okay.
Alri Torzeth. Torzeth.
Because she's instrumental in my thoughts. I have a plan. If we get to that later. So we're on the boat. It's going fast.
Yes. 3 days.
Not much I can really do on an airship.
There's
I can
not
see-
not really much that Anathil can do either, except perform.
I will be
So-
making potions as I normally do.
It's a pretty mid-roll for her. Actually, it's
I mean-
really low for her.
if people want like minor tailoring service, I can do that.
All right. Sorry about that.
Oh, good. Let's see how much money Anathil made. 191.
Can I, Josh? Can I do 100 to see if people need minor tailoring services?
Give me diplomacy check.
Diplomacy. Oh, okay. I roll a 5.
All right, 15. Yeah, you managed to get like one person that can be like, yeah, I got a hole in like my crotchal region. You fix it.
Hey, money's money.
It's just like a simple
Little-
sewing
little-
job.
Little
Easy
patch
peasy.
job. Hey, look at that.
It's almost like it's not even there.
Like the brand fucking new.
Like a brand new. Doesn't even notice the seam. And you make like 20 gold off of them.
Alright, good. That's like a tavern tonight.
All right. So, we finally make it back to the Kingdom of Faris. The airship docks on the 19th of January. I'm just going to go by everything on the Gregorian calendar anymore. It's just easier.
Yep, just makes things easy. Makes things easier for me too. I just have to remember to keep track of time.
Correct.
Something I have an incredibly hard time doing in real life too.
Look, we made it to today.
All right, so as you guys get into the city, of course, Faris being Faris, it's a very busy, bustling city. And you also happen to come across a couple of people on the sides of the streets, shouting about the event schedule has been released for the year. So,
Event schedule?
yeah, the event schedule. Such as the Lumina Festival, Tournament of Strength, all of that.
Okay. I thought this was some
Are we
internal
going to
for
make
re-
another appearance at the Lumina Festival this year?
I thought we already did the tournament of strength though.
We did.
It's a yearly thing.
It's yeah.
Oh,
We
my bad.
started we started we started this campaign around like the Lumina Festival is maybe like a month or like a couple months away.
hmm
Actually, we probably started the campaign around this time last year.
hmm
I don't know if we're going back to the Lumina Festival. It really depends on where like following the festivals are good in terms of quick, dirty, easy money, like for setup breakdown.
hmm
But we want to start looking at harder quests through the Adventuring Guild that take up more of our like. If we want to go to the festivals that were in the region, sure. But I don't know if it's necessarily like we'll probably want to hit up the Tournament of Strength considering we missed that. We might want to hit. And we might want to hit up the wild hunt because that's actually pretty good for making money. Because of just you catch something big, you get a big payout. Even if anything, we want to probably arrive for like the last night of the Festival of the Lost, or maybe the first night of the Lumina Festival.
Mm.
Because I don't think any of us have any requirements to be at any of those things.
As of right now, no, we don't have
Mm-mm.
any requirements to be anywhere other than with the 9 currently.
So like
even that's
they're as much as they're fun,
Still.
they're currently an afterthought.
I'm just gonna bring you guys back to the world map real fast so you can see the dates of all of the events.
Because if memory serves correct, Lumina's in March.
This
it's like
year
around
it's
springtime.
this year it's in April.
April. Okay. And then Tournament of Strengths, August.
The Great Hunt in late October to early November, and then the Festival of the Lost, of course, is from Christmas to New Year's.
Last week of the year.
Yeah.
That
Good
one's
job.
the only one that never changes.
Yeah, the Festival of the Lost is the only one that changes, but the other 3 do. So those are your times for the new events of this year.
Well, if we're in the area or if we have a desperate need or want to go to these events, sure. But for right now, let's go find the king.
Alright. So, making your way through the city, through the crowds, you guys make your way back into the Grand Castle of Faris, past the guards, and directly into the throne room. Where, of course, Tarzer is there awaiting for you, and only with Ayaka this time.
No Ayako today?
Nope, Ayako is not here today.
Hmm.
Of course, they see you guys walking up. Tarzer smiles and he greets you all. Welcome back. Glad to see that your travels have been swift and safe.
Thank you very much, Your Majesty.
Alright, now, he's gonna pick himself up and grab his cane. If you are all ready, we would like to begin training as soon as possible. The sooner we get Hino back, the better.
Zorlov kind of steps back. I don't really know about this. I'm a bit concerned.
Now, don't you worry. Your first day of training is simply evaluation.
I will say,
I-
Your Majesty, the Wanderers, specifically Morgan, did to speak up your training methods quite a bit.
Ah, the old training methods, yes. Let's just say they were at least presentable and effective. But luckily for you, we have a much better way of evaluating your strengths and, most importantly, your weaknesses.
See, Zoloff, nothing to worry about. I give him a big old pat in the back, which pushes you forward ever so slightly. Oh, Zoloff, you want to go fast?
Are you going to be doing the evaluations, Tarzer? Oh, no, darling. I am far beyond stupid to handle the
I'm far beyond stupid.
magical properties of this device. No. You all are going to be training today with your evaluation under the Archmage of the Nine. And as he says the Archmage of the Nine, he gestures up towards the balcony above him, and a familiar face steps forward.
Who was it? Professor! What's the underneath this mask? Professor Umari!
As Professor Ferrora steps forward and comes into view and leans on the balcony.
I'm not gonna lie, I completely forget who she is.
She was Anethil's teacher at the Magic Academy.
Oh, thank you.
And
I look at Anethil and Rose. This explains some things.
Zorlov is just gonna look at her and just be blushing.
I mean, I had a feeling.
I think we all had a feeling, but none of us wanted to say it. It'd be quite rude to say it.
Tarzer's going to continue and say, some of you may be familiar with, actually all of you might be familiar with Professor Aurora, or as we previously known her, as Archmage Yomari Valro.
Oh.
The Archmage? Is she really that strong?
I was before I was reincarnated.
She's still unbelievably powerful. I mean, have you seen her magical aura?
Zoloff, if she wanted to, she could still very easily destroy us.
She could make your head the size of a pea and then turn it into a black hole.
If you all happen to pay attention to the night sky, and more specifically to our moon, the little crater that you could see on the light side of the moon was thanks to me.
Wait, that would no. I saw some naval charts that didn't have that years
That's-
ago, and then it just showed up suddenly.
What did you
It's
do? Did you
you.
sit on it? I'm sorry, that was insensitive.
No, I blew it up.
Did you sit on it? I'm sorry.
The method behind my reincarnation was I detonated my magical core. She sacrificed herself in order to stop the previous Archmage of Avalon.
What we
Ah,
thoroughly
very,
appreciate.
very noble.
You were
Wait, is
able
that-
to
is that
come
the-
back from that?
I think the better question is that the same guy who Squish ate?
Yes.
Fair enough.
So, you all will be under evaluation with me.
Ugh.
And depending on your evaluations, will just depend on what we do for you within the next week or so.
Of
Now,
course.
you all will follow Professor Ferrara to her chambers.
More than happy. And we're gonna follow the professor.
So she leads you guys down a series of hallways and staircases, eventually coming up to a large set of metal doors encased in arcane runes and such. Far beyond for what any of you magic casters in the party can actually read at the moment.
It is.
It's highly advanced magic.
It's more than any of us can do.
And Aurora just simply puts her hand out and touches the door as the runes suddenly ignite with the bright blue colors of arcane energy, and the door slowly creaks open as if it hasn't been oiled in several years.
Oh my.
And leads you guys into a large cavernous room, shining in light blue, and a large mechanical device that appears to be a bunch of rings swirling around a central ring.
Is this a new thing or an old?
This is a new thing.
Oh, okay. Fascinating. Gil is actively like, this is a very interesting thing. I'm going to look at it.
What is this?
This is what we're going to be using in order to see into your magical arcana, basically into your souls, and find out what we can do to make you all stronger.
Looks a go. You wanna go first, there, buddy?
Good. I would like to volunteer Usk. Because this is going to be a horrendous blow to his ego.
Why do you say that?
Met the man? He thinks he's already very strong. I want to see why he needs to get stronger.
Alright, shrugging, Usk just briskly walks up this set of stairs, and Aurora guides him into the center of the sphere. Meanwhile, she ushers everybody else to take a couple steps back towards the gateway here.
Like a good noodle, I do as I'm told.
As she stands on the outside of this edge, and then using her hands, she clasps them together, and then suddenly a burst of magical aura like echoes throughout the room as you guys happen to see ribbons of blue arcane energy swirling around her hands, her wrists, and around her body itself. And each of them spinning rapidly and stopping as if putting in combinations of arcane runes, as the rings around the platform begin to slowly light up in blue arcane energy and then start spinning around the central sphere, and the runes on the floor begin spinning and lighting up as the energy centralizes on the platform where Usk is standing. After some time of muttering to herself and casting all these different spells and activating the rings, you guys basically see a large projection of previous battles that you guys have fought, including battles with the Dark Guilds, with monsters that you guys have encountered. And most of them are either on an outside perspective of Usk fighting a bunch of monsters and dashing back and forth between enemies, to point looking through Usk's eyes itself and watching as he cleaves through the monsters and the enemies. And eventually, the images slowly dissipate, and the projection fades away into particles of magic as the rings slowly lose their light and slow down, and the projections of the runes slowly begin to dim away, and the spell finally ends. It takes a solid maybe 15-20 minutes for this whole process to happen, and eventually Aurora disperses the arcane ribbons and runes around her body, takes a deep breath, and then gives Usk a little clap. Very good, Mr. Targaryen. Very good. Luckily, there isn't actually all that much in terms of mental improvements. More or less physical, which, with your stature and build, makes sense. I noticed within your combat style that you are having a lot of trouble with movement. And within your soul, I happen to sense paranoia. Almost as if, you're responsible. Seeing what I can see, I can understand that. You are the front line, the shield for your party. You take the brunt of the force of damage, while your allies deal chip damage and help you in your damage against the enemy. But however, you feel as if you are not able to protect them enough. Which, luckily, we can fix. Any type of physical training that you have received throughout your life is probably going to be ramped up to the maximum. So, our best bet for you would be to train with our heavy hitters of the 9. Maybe a little bit more practice with Morgan.
He would probably visibly shudder at that.
Yeah,
knowing him.
probably.
My brain's just like, how can I knock us down a peg? Let's have the professor be condescending.
That basically concludes your evaluation. Physical training and mental prowess of battle IQ. And Usk steps down.
Goes,
Aurora is going to step down and clap and look at the rest of the party. So, who's next?
Gil's gonna put his finger on his nose.
Anethel does.
So does
Jean
So
steps
does Rose.
forward.
they get,
All right,
A
Jean,
brave volunteer. Okay.
Jean volunteers.
This is my new favorite game of who's next.
So yeah, step up.
All right, you guys, you of course towards the center of the rings. The whole process of the soul evaluation begins once again. Basically, it's going to be the same exact thing that happens with every character now as they look into your past mistakes, your fights, and your battles. But most importantly, it's evaluating your combat skill and anything that you might have an issue with in terms of like personal gripes, anything that you feel as a player is restricting your character from making progress in their life.
Oh, this'll be fun.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you repeat that one more time? That didn't make much sense to me.
It's searching your soul. Basically, in finding weaknesses within your character that is holding them back from making progress.
I see.
So, with Jean, Germany, I would probably have Ferrora evaluate Jean as someone who fears death. You were given a second chance at life, thanks to Typho's gracefulness and his deal that he made with you.
Right.
However, the corrosive delirium that resides in your body is still eating at you day by day, albeit slowly, thanks to Typho's power. However, it is a major, major factor, especially on your mental state. Because what if Typho decides to leave? At any point in time, that could finally take hold.
Yeah.
And basically, whatever you as a player see in Jean that he can improve on. But it's mostly the fear of death and this deal that you have with Typhel that I would say are like the main points of Jean's character.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, and of course, Aurora would explain this to you and say, all in your head. All in your head. You're, granted, your corrosive delirium is a major physical issue. However, the 9 do have a master alchemist who has the potential of curing this disease.
This is Typhel saying this or Ferrora?
Aurora.
Right.
Midel, the 9's alchemist, has crafted potions that even some master wizards can't create in spells. She has a philosopher's stone. That is how she has lived for so long. That's how Tarzer has lived for so long.
Noctis is just an elf.
Yeah, Noctis is just an elf.
At
But,
least he is semi-immortal.
but the 9 can offer you a chance to get rid of this disease and free you of these shackles of your fear of death. She does also bring up the fact that as a marksman, you can still go a lot further. Training with Maximus is what she recommends. As the 9's artillerist, he is an expert at firearms and combat prowess with guns. He can train you how to use your guns, and a little time spent with her, personally, she can teach you a thing or two about crafting.
I see. This is all very appealing.
Yeah. I mean, where do I sign up? But in my mind, I say, even if I get cured of the delirium, I don't go back on my word.
So noble of you. Chance of complete freedom of my control.
Call it human greed.
It is a dangerous thing. That will be Jean. Next up.
Pushes Ryan forward.
Also pushes Ryan forward.
Just get
I
the
follow
whole
suit.
just get the whole front row out of the way.
Yeah, it's like the back row or the we don't want to deal with our issues row. we know our issues and we don't want to be told them.
I'm in the middle, so I'm just my issues are coming at me like a freight train.
Oh, good luck on that one, bud.
All right. So once again, the process starts with evaluating Ryan's soul. Flashes of the battles of the past, and mostly signs of hesitation in Zorlov's magic casting. And after quite some time, Ferrora ends the evaluation, and she steps up to Zorlov, and she like walks right up to him, and like grabs him by the side of his head, looks him dead in the eye, and say, "You require confidence in yourself."
Zurloff just quickly nods.
Your greatest weakness is that you do not have enough confidence in your abilities. Not just as a caster, but as a fighter as well. Keep in mind, you are the descendant of the Phoenix bloodline. She points to Tarzer as well, have personally known the previous Phoenix sorceress. Her magic is powerful and it flows through your blood. You are a great asset to your team. They rely on you just as much as you rely on them. Confidence in your spellcasting and honing that strength will be the key to your growth. While I can give you some basic lessons on controlling evocation magic, I would highly, highly recommend taking lessons from Hino.
He nods.
After we give her a stern talking about teaching.
Gil does a little like cross after hearing that. Like, it was lovely knowing you, bud.
And Zorlov will just hug her and thanks.
She'll give you an assuring, like, motherly hug back with a pat on your head. You are much stronger than you think you are. Trust in yourself and trust in your comrades.
Thank you. Sorry.
He's just gonna blush and like power walk away.
Just head down, shuffle. Gil's gonna look at Anathiel and look at Rose and just go rock, paper, scissors.
Sure.
All right, everybody.
Pick a number, 1, 2, or 3.
1.
2.
Gil, you're up.
Damn. All right, Gil will go. So I want to say it's like rock, paper, and you both roll like scissors and I roll paper. Damn.
Zorlov's just gonna sit in silence.
All right, get this over with, please.
All right. So once again, the machine activates and it shows flashes of Gil, fighting against Bile in his home, versus uh, the other dark guilds and the monsters that you guys have faced, and especially when he received anguish. Once the evaluation process is over, Aurora steps forward and she explains, with your newfound powers and the loss of your old ones, in my eyes, you are still thinking far too much as a solo spellcaster. Your strengths are not just your spells anymore. With anguish now, you have a viable method of being close to the front lines of combat. With the powers of both your physical might and your spells to back it up, you have the potential to be up there with your friends, us, Drac, and even Rose. However, your physical strength could also use some work.
I won't argue there.
So, I would most likely recommend some physical training. With who is a good question. Eve could probably offer you some training, because once we find her.
I thought she came back here once we were done in the wildlands.
Oh no, not once we find her. When she gets here, is what I meant to say.
Oh, okay, my sincere apologies.
Yeah, once she gets here. You could probably give you some training in combat or so. However, some strength training wouldn't hurt as well. You could potentially ask Morgan for her help as well.
Fair enough.
And of course, if you seek assistance with any of your arcane abilities, I could be of assistance.
London. It's not every day when you legitimately lose your bloodline.
Hey, ladies, which one of you is next? Dave, do you like high or low?
I like low.
You like it low. Drop it low. Ooh. Okay. So,
Back in a second.
Oh god.
Oh,
You alright?
okay.
the whole process begins again, flashing of fights, mostly centralizing around the fight with the Efior Sin and Bravana. But the evaluation concludes, and Ferora gives Rose a clap. She says, your progress is probably the most advanced of all of your party. For a young lady at your age, your skills are quite remarkable compared to most adventurers of the world. However, there's a strong sense of desire within your soul. Desire to be treated equally. Not to be seen as a child, but as a capable young woman who is able to fight for what she believes in. Disillusion also clouds your mind that your past has finally been resolved. For you, Miss Rosalie, I would recommend training with Ayaka and possibly her mother. if she's available. Honing your skills as a cleric of the Church of Pharasma may be beneficial for your skills, with minor strength training as well. Can't let the old scythe blade get rusty.
She's gonna nod and agree.
But before you walk off, she is going to give you a thumbs up and say, "You are way ahead of your time. Your skills are far beyond what most people your age. And be assured, you have mine, and I'm sure the rest of your party's utmost respect."
Thank you. Well, Anethel, looks like it's your turn.
And of course, she very timidly walks up to the center of the...
Not least, ladies and gentlemen, Anathan! And Gil applauds a little.
Zorov claps.
And as the evaluation begins, you guys, of course, see the same, battles amongst the enemies. Her performance during the Lumina Festival. And then, of course, you start seeing flashes of the dreams and the nightmares that she has. And then you guys see a couple of things that you're not familiar with. A large red amphitheater. Carpets and cushions of crimson red. And then you see a flash and you see a flash of a nightmare with pictures of images of dread. And then suddenly, just as the evaluation is ending, you see a splatter of blood. The evaluation ends. Aurora steps forward and give me perception rolls.
Oh, this isn't gonna be good.
Can someone roll for me? I'm on my phone right now.
Oh
Yeah,
God, yeah. I gotta fucking turn you down too. Jesus.
I think I have.
I'm also tabbed out currently.
Yeah, no, I got Jim Job. I think the only person's speed I don't have is Usk.
Let's see, you said perception?
Yeah, I can get Dave.
There we go. There's Jim Jobs.
Whenever Dave's page decides to load.
Should I roll Dave's too?
No, I got it.
Okay.
Let's see. Gil and Jean. You guys happen to catch Anethil crying as the evaluation concludes.
Anethil's crying. Oh god. So Gil and Jean see that?
Yes.
Gil's gonna take a couple.
I start tapping Gil's shoulder like, hey, do something.
Gil's gonna try and walk forward.
But she's it's not like she's openly bawling her eyes out. She's she's trying to hold it in. You see a couple of tears fall from her face, but she manages to compile herself as Ferrora approaches her.
I tap him again. And I go, act like you didn't see it. If you don't react, it won't happen.
Yeah. Listen, we'll talk to you about it later. Well, during band practice.
So Ferrora steps forward and she begins talking to Anethil. Anethil, I understand that your family's history still haunts you. But the tragedy that your grandfather displayed, you must work past it. You are scared. Not only of your own capabilities, but of your position in this world, your fate. You are doing everything that you can to stop him. I understand that you still have so much to learn, and you do. But you cannot move forward until you face your past.
I'll lean forward to Jean. I think we are going to have to discuss a certain deadly sonata.
I think so as well.
The Wanderers have told me a story, one of their adventures, that includes a scene just like that. My best advice for you is to not only let go of the restraints that you have on your bardic magic, but face your grandfather and face what he did. Prove to yourself that you are better than them. You are a prodigy. I know you can. Anathel's just gonna take a deep breath. Let it out. Give her a nod of confidence and say, right. We'll make plans for it. All right. That concludes your evaluation. Now, Ms. Arizona, I would highly recommend some training with our bard in order to hone your understanding of bardic magic. Elsie would be an eye-opener for you.
Say that one again.
So, with that, your evaluations are concluded. Unfortunately, we cannot evaluate your friend Takanti. So,
Indisposed.
So, we will have to delay that until he returns. Or until you bring him back. Now, it's been a long day. That took quite some time. How about some food?
Food sounds good.
No argument there. I believe a good meal is in accordance with a little bit of self-realization.
Oh, what, what was her name again?
Aurora.
Aurora. What would you recommend for confidence increase? Like maybe self-help books or what? He's asking for Aurora.
You could always take the Dark Souls path. Get your ass kicked time and time again until you finally beat the thing kicking your ass.
I mean, yeah, that's a valid way.
Nothing says confidence like beating the shit out of someone that kept killing you 100,000 times.
I'd rather I'd rather I'd rather not. I don't think I have the I don't think I have the thing to come back yet from death.
No, you don't.
You don't, but you know, they won't kill you. They'll probably put you in the infirmary for a little bit. They won't kill you.
You can fight Usk.
We are
Yeah, you can
all.
fight us.
No, fuck that, not again.
Let's look at it this way. We are all probably going to end up with a few broken limbs by the end of this.
Probably.
Nothing magic can't.
While you are correct, the pain will still be memorable. I forgot about the lizard lady. I forgot she existed.
Lizard lady. What? I could say this.
That was Matt, not Gil.
All right, so
Gil be
Okay.
pumped about that.
so that night, Karzer calls for everybody that is available that is currently in Furries.
Lizard lady.
Basically just for a large meal with everyone.
That's sweet.
And of course, you all finally get to meet, face to face, Maximus Marcellus and Medell. So
Did we
Max
meet-
and Medell.
Did we meet Medell in the last campaign?
You guys did very briefly.
Like, I was like, I don't think we interacted with everyone in the 9, but Medell.
Yeah.
All I know is Medell ended up giving us a potion of true resurrection that we ended up using.
On
For who?
yeah.
With PC, who's who other than Ferrora?
So we have Tarzer,
Right.
Professor Ferrora,
Right.
Ayaka,
Okay.
Maximus,
My boy.
Medell,
Cool.
and Elsie.
Elsie.
And of course,
Medell
you know
looks like-
Eve.
Medell looks like the last girl I had a crush on. That's weird.
Elsie.
So,
pretty.
The Technomancer, the Archmage, the Child, the Father, the Artillerist, the Alchemist,
Son.
the Bard,
The Holy Spirit.
and Eve.
Elsie. Pretty.
Basically the Scout. So, you guys spend the evening just casually talking, making chit chat with the rest of the quote Scarlet Camilla.
Can I have Maximus have a shooting contest with me?
He laughs. Like, okay.
Well, listen, it's not for pride or ego or anything. It's just to see where I sit and where, so you know. Also, because I want to see how fast you shoot. But mainly for gauging my training.
Well, that'll start tomorrow.
I still want to do it now. It seems fun.
Take the night off.
Aw, okay.
Well then, pleasure to meet you all. Those of you whom we have not met yet.
All right, so this is basically a chance for you guys to get to know them. So if you have any questions about any of the characters, feel free to ask.
Let's see.
I don't know if Gil has anything to ask. Like, he'll probably just pick their brains on, like, thoughts of magical theory. Like, normal, we are all a bunch of, like, adventurer conversations. You know? That's probably the most I would do.
Zorlov, knowing him, is going to try to get at least with friendly terms with every one of these Scarlet Camilla. Losing Elsie.
Yeah, they're all pretty friendly. Like, yeah, they are, shrouded in experience and intimidating, but
Yeah.
overall, they just talk about a bunch of random stuff, just like it's a normal conversation. Bunch of friends hanging out.
I think it's interesting how we once again find ourselves in a situation where there's multiple people with white hair.
There's only one new. We've met everyone in this room with white hair, though.
Yeah, but we're all here.
No
No, it's
offense, Your Majesty. One of us have white hair because he's legitimately old. The rest of you, there's not an explanation.
I mean,
Wait, what?
it might not be weird that we all have white hair individually, but like imagine you meet in your lifetime 7 people named Jameson, and then one day you happen to have all 7 Jamesons in the same room.
Okay, that's fair. That's an understandable.
That would be
thing.
funny.
I get that. I truly do.
Imagine if we had the Imperials here too.
God, that would be so much white hair.
See
But
my
that would be
point?
2 people who have legitimate white hair for being of an older tempo. That's not a polite way to say that.
Yeah,
You spend your entire life learning manners and diction, and
Is
you
it
get them
rude to
upheaval by a
ask?
man who's.
You can see Tarzer like stroking his beard. I don't know.
Is it-
I think
I'm
the
gonna look
white
at
hair.
him.
I think the white hair suits me a little.
No, it does. It does. It definitely contrasts your suit very nicely. It brings out your eyes that I can't see.
Zorlov is just thinking, what the fuck is going on?
See, Jean, your thought process would be the equivalency of us going back to my birthplace and being like, "There's a lot of people here with blue skin."
Okay, but that's just for people with blue skin happen to conglomerate.
uh,
There's not really a specific place for people with white hair conglomerate, is there? Or is there?
Gil, wouldn't that be,
Well, I mean, there is the retirement homes.
Gil, wouldn't that be racist?
It's not racist if it's me. If I'm the one with blue skin, I get to say things about having blue skin.
Calm down, calm down. It was just a question.
I don't
Calm
like
the
what he
fuck
was.
down.
I don't like what he was insinuating about blue skin. Next
Calm
thing
the
you'll say, it
fuck-
was all clammy.
Calm the fuck down, boy. It was
I
just a
don't think
question.
I don't think anybody insinuated that blue skin is clammy except for yourself, mate.
if anybody's clammy here, it's Elsie. Hey.
Speaks way too
Where?
fucking
Oh,
long.
I'm sorry. That was a disgusting question.
By the way, Elsie, you seem rather quiet. Is everything okay?
Just enjoying a meal.
Ah.
As you can see, like 4 or 5 plates stacked on top of each other as she's
Oh, wow.
still eating.
Now I really like her.
Dragonborns.
She's a girl who can eat. A woman after
can
my own
tell.
heart.
I can tell Zorloff grew up with Lilith the Argonian maid.
Are you insinuating that Zoloff has one read the Celestial Argonian maid?
I am not
Because
insinuating.
I would put
He
my money on that he's
absolutely did.
definitely read. I would put my money on if he's read that he definitely read Tusk Love.
Of course Of course I fucking did. The Last Argonian Mate's one of my favorite books.
That's not something to be proud of, Zoloff.
I don't give a shit.
Elsie pipes up and she says, "I'm more of a fan of Dusklight."
I forgot about
Is
Dusklight. I forgot about Dusklight.
Oh, really?
That's a callback from the second session.
Holy shit!
Oh, you've read that one too?
I've never read that one. Is it any good?
Oh, the whole love
It's
triangle
more for
between the
girls.
3 main characters is so good.
Have you all seen?
I'm not really a fan of love triangles, to be honest.
He's more of a trapezoid individual.
It is a strong as shit.
Fuck off.
Have you all read the Starving Events?
Oh my god.
I'm having.
Now we're just making up knockoffs of popular books now.
Listen,
I'm
all I
starving
know
events.
is-
God damn it, Johnny.
Well,
Listen,
my
all
favorite,
I know is you
my
have
favorite- my favorite book of all time has to be the Half Iron Chemist.
Listen,
Just the
all I
greatest.
know is it's much easier for you all to find literature of your persuasion than it is for me.
What is that?
That's so long. I need to spell this
What?
out to you. It is much easier to find literature of the lusty Orgonian maid variety for people of your persuasion than to find versions for individuals of my persuasion.
Have you never seen the tragic love story Atlantic about the boat who crashed into an iceberg?
God damn it.
I've read Atlantic, but there's very little in there.
Elsie's gonna reach into her bag and she's gonna pull out a book. She's gonna hand it to Gil. You would enjoy this one, Gil.
What's it called, Josh?
Grated cheese.
Grated cheese?
Now I'm really fucking curious. Gil will put it in his bag and be like, we'll give it a peruse later.
The cover is like one of those typical like raunchy.
It's like it's absolutely a Fabio with his shirt open.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
like spray.
eight pack abs. Yeah.
Gil looks at it and is
Grated
like,
cheese?
I like where this is going already.
It's called grated cheese?
Yeah.
Is that a
Gil,
joke?
I'll
about
tell
a
you when you're
gay
older.
book? What?
Gil, oh, fuck.
I'm the oldest person in our party.
Wait,
I get to say that.
What?
I'm 73. No, he's 80. I'm 80 years old.
But you don't have any gray hair.
I'm an elf. I
Yeah,
look
elves
down-
kind of don't do the whole gray hair thing.
You're an elf?
So,
thought you were-
where have you been?
Did
So,
the
What
he
did
like
think
points
it
to like his
was?
ears that are very obviously exposed and are like giant pointy ears.
I mean, the ears are one thing, but the skin? Zorloff, the skin?
Like, how many humans do you know? Like, how many humans do you know with blue skin, Zoloff?
Oh, da ba dee da ba da do.
Gil is blue. If he was green, he would die.
I'm not actually sure what color I would tan. Green,
Purple.
maybe.
I'm having fun this session. Can you all tell?
We can tell.
You would probably turn purple.
I mean, that's that requires theoretically, if I have to get sick, I think it'd make me more of an orange.
Do you want to test that theory?
No,
I feel like
Ah,
it might make you a more boudoir blue, a very pale.
that's
you
true.
know?
I mean, it's kind of. I mean, it's a sea blue. Ha.
Huh. I didn't mean for that to be so unenthusiastic.
All right. So
This
through,
is,
throughout all of the pleasant chit chat and funny stories and interactions shared between the Dreamcatchers and the Scarlet Camilla, everybody begins to slowly disperse and retire for the evening. Now, I'm assuming that there are certain things that people would like to do before everyone turns in.
Crickets, crickets.
Sorry, I just found out
Um,
what a boudoir is.
Bruh.
Zorlov would like.
did.
Zorlov would like to go ahead and craft craft scrolls in the allotted time before he passes out.
I'm going to continually work on the pistol, and continually will walk over to Zorloff and be like, "Hey, blast this real quick."
What was that, Jim Jum?
He's asking you
I
to
don't
help
know
him with
what
his gun.
Yeah,
Oh,
just keep blasting me whenever I ask you to blast me. That sounds weird, but yeah.
Yeah. Don't phrase it like that.
Yeah,
Germany, go ahead and
sure,
go
but-
ahead and make me a craft check.
Oh fuck, that's a first. Oh god.
As you're gonna start slowly making progress to building
So
this weapon.
That's just craft firearm.
Yes.
Okay, then this is just with my base firearm craft modifier, not anything else.
Correct.
Really?
Okay.
That's a 3, dude.
Okay, but still a 17.
I'm still a little salty.
Yeah, still a 17.
Sick.
Right.
While we're here, I would probably sell some potions because I do that a lot.
Yep, that's fine.
I assume. Do we have quarters in the castle?
Yes, each of you are granted your own room for once.
Woo!
That's a first since the beginning of the game.
Wait, I still have my money, right?
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Do
Josh?
you, Jim Jam?
I
No.
do. Okay. No, not on me, but I want to know.
I can't remember if we drained your bank.
Do
I think we didn't touch bank. So
Why-
you have the
we-
money in the
no.
bank.
Yeah. So I
No,
have a question.
all of the money totals are true right now.
Cool.
If you
So,
want money, you got to go get some of your money out of the bank because all
yeah, I
this
was
money
gonna
on
say,
you is
do
not.
we have
here.
a credit card, or do I have to actually withdraw?
There's a stacks here. Just go
It-
withdraw.
There's a branch of Stacks' inventories.
Cool. I'm gonna go to that stacks and I'm gonna withdraw enough to buy a few revolver kits, and I'll find the price for them real quick.
All right, go ahead and make that
Jim,
purchase.
you gotta magic items for you. We gotta remember to get you like the endless bandolier.
I keep. Oh my god.
Like, I was just because I was looking through this stuff earlier. We gotta like it's a pretty low level item too, if memory serves correct.
Yeah. I can't remember why I didn't grab it the first time. The second time I was like, I need to grab
Like,
this, and then
it's
just went.
it's
something
lesser
else.
minor. It's you could literally probably buy it now if you wanted to. It's 1,500 gold. It's just because it's like due to, I mean, you know what it does.
Yeah.
Because there's two like really good bandolier like. Because it's that and like the
Fucking dog.
the gunslinger's poncho and gunman's duster. I want to say are also good ones for you.
I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, because if you get gunman's duster, you get an extra grit.
Hey, Josh. So I can't actually find
What are you looking for? Revolver kits?
the price. The price to build a revolver, not to buy one. 'Cause to buy
So
one, it's
it depends on how common guns are in the world. We said they are what, everywhere now?
Yes.
Okay.
Alicia went mass
So-
production Boogaloo.
Yeah. Elysia
Old
went full
the-
industrial revolution.
Mm, the early firearms cost a tenth of their price. Modern firearms, which are the ones right below that, are half price. And then when you craft something, you craft it for half of its to buy cost. So a quarter of the cost on the webpage. Ammunition only costs 10% of its listed value to create.
However, thanks to Elysia's advancements, you need special equipment in order to craft ammunition. The weapons themselves, yes, you can make, but not the ammunition.
Okay, but it is a quarter of the listed price to
Yes.
build.
You build them.
Okay, let me do some math so I can determine how much I'm buying and selling. Yeah, I'm doing this now.
And then, there's also the advanced firearms, but I think we're still not that far ahead
No.
yet.
No.
But those are things like Mosin Nagans. Those are like World War II era weapons, is what
Right.
the advanced weapons are.
Right. So, you guys are going to be here for 7 days.
Oh boy!
7 days. However, is there anything that you guys want to do, like the same night that dinner was having, the same day of your evaluations?
Yes.
Cough, cough, Matt, Domine.
What are we doing? Sorry, I
Sorry
was
about that.
not paying attention.
Yeah, I am going to. Oh God, the calculations. I'm gonna ball out. I'm gonna buy 10, enough to build 10 revolvers, which is gonna be 1,000 a pop. So 10,000 gold. So that's 100 platinum. There goes all my platinum.
Yeah. I don't know why I was gonna get cough, Josh.
Cough, cough. You guys wanted to talk to Anathel.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. So, Gil, we're gonna try this intervention with Anathil being like brought to the brink of both day and night again.
And witnessing these new visions that you guys have never seen before.
Because me and Jomini have tried this once before and failed.
Oh boy.
That was getting into a band. So
Right.
at some point we would like find Anna, like if she's in her room or
Yeah,
like,
she's in her room, like setting everything aside, doors open.
gonna do a little like 2-knuckle knock on the open
Wait,
door.
before you knock, do you wanna like be walking down the hallway and then pretend like we're trying to find harmony with each other's voices?
I feel like this is a much better situation to just go in directly with than trying subterfuge.
I do want to make a band though.
We will make a band once we make sure that Anathil's in a good mental state. I feel like that's a bit more important, John.
Sure. I don't have my priorities straight. All right, let's go in.
We will work on that.
I knock on the door.
Yep, she'll turn around and give you guys a smile and give her the usual, "What's up, guys?"
Oh, nothing much. We just wanted to check in, see how you're doing. Oh, it was quite a scene that we were shown. Yesterday at the magical assessment.
Oh, no, that was today.
Oh, it was today? Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
it's the same day.
Sorry, brain. It's quite a scene we saw earlier.
Oh, yeah. bit of an eye opener, really.
Gil's gonna like walk up to her and like look her dead in the eyes. Are you alright?
I'm fine.
Don't fucking
Sense
no!
motive.
These are lies
Can I
that
sense
I don't
motive?
know.
I'm not saying I'm sensing motive.
If you want to, go for it. Good luck.
If I can find the sense motive roll, that'd be awesome. There it is. Yeah, never mind.
We're so bad at being friends. We're horrible at this.
But yeah, she seems to be in a much better mood than the last time that you talked to her. I mean, albeit the frightening images that you saw, she seems to be okay.
Jean wholeheartedly believes her. He's like, well, that's good.
Gil has like, I'm fucking 30.
Hey.
Oh, that's right. Last time we did this, we realized we can't beat her naturally.
No.
We can't beat her.
And it wasn't Germany with you, it was me.
What? I thought.
Oh, hi, Brady.
Hi, Brady.
This is a separate occasion. It happened like twice now already. When we went up to her.
This is a bevy
This is the
of time.
third time.
Gil's gonna like look at her, like give her a little side eye. All right, if you
In the meantime,
insist.
Anthony,
But if you need to talk, Anathil, we are here
Guys,
because you are. You have a lot of burden on your shoulders, and the burden is only as heavy. It's heaviest when you try to carry it alone.
I mean, she said she was fine.
I'm aware she said she was fine, but at the same time, our friend is dealing with a lot of things right now, John. So try to be considerate.
I am.
Gil's gonna like run his hand through his hair and like giving her a smile and looking at it, Phil.
yo, I told you once before, if I have anything ever wrong with me, you will be the first person to.
All right. And Gil's gonna be like, this is very juvenile, but given the way our party functions, this seems to be a very good way to do this. Pinky promise?
She'll give you a pinky promise.
Yeah, like given the way we operate, this is honestly a very good contract.
I will say it's insinuating that a pinky promise isn't a very, very reliable mode of promises.
I mean, you're right though. It actually is. So
It is.
now to other things.
Look at all these
Jo-
guns I bought. Well, pieces of.
That wasn't the thing you wanted to talk about, Sean.
Was it not? Oh, well, no, I just wanted to bring it up because I thought it was.
That's fair. Like you open like your coat and there's like literally revolvers lining the side.
Oh, it's just a shitload of pieces. It's like a big ass box of pieces.
It's like a pirate's bandolier where it's like flintlock, 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 flintlock. Like how many guns can you have cocked and ready?
That's a good question.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
If I've learned anything from Assassin's Creed Black
Yes.
Flag, yes, the
Yes.
more the better.
Jean
I've-
was wondering,
I've never played
would
Black
you
Flag.
like to start a band?
A band? Like, all of us?
I'm gonna motion to John.
I mean, given that it'd be interesting and fun to practice, I thought,
I
why not
feel
practice together?
that is true. Not to mention, I feel it would make us more harmonious in the battlefield. Because if you work well as a band, you can work well within combat. Because a band takes a lot of coordination, and so
Yeah.
does combat.
I saw something on this program called Master Work Class where
I saw a flyer on a billboard.
it was this artist, this lutist. His name was Thomas Horello. I cannot. Holy fuck! He said that a good way to build a team and also coordination in many more ways than one, both with yourself and with the people around you, is to practice things that are supposed to be done in conjunction or tandem. What's the word?
And
You'll
with
help me
each
here.
other?
In tandem, yes.
This is such a wonky conversation.
I
Well,
feel a little wonky right now. Overtime hits.
I mean, if you guys want to, I guess we could try it. I don't.
I mean,
Are you guys associated in the musical arts at all?
I can play piano.
I was in taverns a lot.
Okay, so we have a lot of work to do. Got it.
I
Well,
was told
I had to learn. My father thought teaching me piano when I was young would help me cast spells better. In reality, he
told-
was right, but also the way he did it was. Ooh.
I was told I had a beautiful voice around when I was a child.
but do you know how to read sheet music?
Yes.
What's that?
I'll do it.
Oh boy. Okay, well,
Rose might know how to read sheet music.
I'm willing to give it a shot. Once
Yes,
we're
in
once we're
return.
done training and everything, we can do this on the road.
Sounds
Not really that difficult. I have a couple of extra books that I can use as reference.
I would say my skills are beginner at best.
We'll start from scratch then. We'll get everyone involved.
Great. Now, in return, I will make this. Why am I jumping my sentences so much? In return, I will cook the most amazing dish that I know. This is from memory, though.
John, may I
Yes.
ask what is this dish?
Well, it comes from boar.
Fair enough. You all enjoy
Yeah.
that.
While not much of a meat fan, be willing to try it.
I also have other things like I know how to make.
No, it's not that I don't. It's not that I'm a vegetarian. No, I mean like it's just I don't eat it regularly. He
Wait,
points to your
what do I-
ears, half elf and all.
Right. Wait, what do I know?
I know. Do you ever find that weird, Anathiel? Like we're somehow like we don't necessarily need meat, and we're somehow more satisfied by plants. Like what's the logic there?
He just like shrugs and says, "Biology." I don't know.
I get it, but I'm legitimately like. I guess that's why my diet mainly consists of fish.
Wait, but you are herbivores, right? Technically.
I mean, technically yes, but I'm more technically a pescatarian.
I know I know high elves are strictly vegetarian.
They
I'm
are.
gonna lean in. I'm gonna lean in really close to Gil's face, and I'm just gonna like poke at the corner of his mouth to lift it up so I can see his fangs.
I don't know if Gil has canines.
He probably would.
Probably. No, probably not.
No, I
Really?
mean,
Most fish species do have. Most fish species teeth do have canines.
yeah, but it's the thing of he grew up in a very isolated place where mostly they ate fish and plants.
Also,
Fish
are
isn't
soft.
exactly a chewy food.
So it wouldn't be. It probably wouldn't be like identifiable canines, but enough to where you're able to shred fish meat. But
Yeah.
mostly just like your molars are more
Oh
refined.
wait, so does that mean that he looks like Shark Boy? Almost.
No, that would mean I have
I-
giant pointy teeth.
No, that means that
I
he's like
lo-
strictly a carnivore.
I
Yeah.
love Shark Boy and Lava Girl. That's a
Gil
good
opens
movie.
his mouth and it's just like 32 rows of teeth.
32. It's just 32
like-
molars.
32 rules of shark teeth.
32 more.
Oh boy, and then we have a
I-
band forming within the Dreamcatchers. Oh boy.
This is
I'm
something
also
to get
gonna-
Anthos. The band's complete idea is to get Anthos' mind off of Dreamland. Hullabaloo.
That would actually be really fun.
This is
Does
just like,
punching
And
concussion?
oh,
Husk would probably be part of the percussion, yeah.
I would say he would probably be a good axe player.
and plus
I
this,
hate you so much. I really, really deeply hate you for that one.
This
And
is
what-
your idea. This is your
And-
fault.
Yeah,
and
it
plus
is.
this, and plus this would actually give Zorloff a confidence boost.
Yeah.
I just like how
verbatim.
everyone went silent as soon as I said the name Zorloff.
No.
Funny. It's funny.
All right. So, anything else? Anybody else want to talk to anyone? Do anything on the first day?
Like, I do
Gil's
want
gonna
to
spend his evening reading grated cheese.
Great cheese. Oh my god. I would like to.
Oh
talk to
boy.
for a second.
What was that, Jim John?
I would like to speak to Osk.
The Osk.
Osk.
What do you want to speak to me about there, Jim Joms?
Hey, Osk.
What?
I'd literally walk up to you with that accent. Hey, Osk.
Oh god.
If you talk in that accent again, I will punch you.
Honestly, I was gonna punch myself for it anyways.
Yeah,
You have.
Sounds
This is a
accurate.
weird question. You have a sending stone with Kalela. I almost said chlamydia.
No, I don't have her yet. The only sending stone we have, I believe, is the Wanderers, or
I have one specifically to my own boyfriend, but that's it.
I'm
it
thinking.
was talked about between me and Gil to get a sending stone to the Imperials.
I think we did get one. We got the eye stone from Alicia.
Yeah, which you guys still have yet to name.
I'm calling it the eye stone.
Dear god, that is horrible.
I don't know. Stone phone works pretty well.
Stone phone also works
Yeah.
real well, but this is more. But like, I'm like, when you think about it, what we had in the first campaign were flip phones. This is now legitimately like a smartphone. So it's like iStone or what was it, Sam? I had another one in my head.
Stone wrong.
What
Stone-
about a what about a stone Kia?
There,
Two in
there
the
you go.
nose.
There you go, chat. Get on it. There you go,
Make
chat.
a
I don't know,
meme name for our
iPhone's pretty
stone
good.
phone.
There's
Fuck it,
Mototona.
It's a Roku.
I currently I believe I'm in possession of the eye stone.
A Rakia?
A Rakia.
Rakia, I
like
that.
Rakia.
That's funny.
Fucking Nokia.
A Rocky.
I like Rakia. I'm sold the Rakia. It's called the Rakia.
So, chat. I'd like to hear some of your interpretations of this.
But no,
The
I
phone,
have
the device is basically like a crystal center, right, with an outside layer with an indent at the top where you can place sending stones, and then this is like the center part right here is like a crystal that can display like who the contact you're trying to reach is.
Gosh, how big is this thing?
It's like I said, it's about the size of a like a modern day cell phone.
Okay.
Wait, is
just
this-
called a tablet.
Is that mode just FaceTime?
No, it still
Okay.
acts as a sending stone, but instead of having a bag full of rocks, it stores all of the information of different sending stones to different people.
That is
That's neat.
lovely.
It's a compact storage device for sending
it's literally
stones.
a smartphone.
Yeah. So there you
I
go,
don't know.
chat. Get
a little
on
bit
it.
of work. It could be a hollow stone.
Hi, chat.
But
That
no,
way.
that's
Motorola.
currently in my possession.
Sorry.
All right. Do we have? I mean, do we have the information on if the Imperials? Well, probably not.
No, we don't have a sending stone to them yet.
Yeah, you guys were talking about getting them though.
Well,
Yeah,
theoretically, we
yeah.
just need to get get them a sending stone and put in the information in. the Rakia.
Do I do
I'm gonna call it something different every time. Just watch me.
does Olaf have a sending stone or no?
No.
I forget. Okay. I
Yeah,
thought
you
he
guys
was
surprisingly
back.
don't have a lot of sending stones this campaign.
I feel like
Yeah, I
we've
think
like
the only one
somewhat-
we had is either to the 9 or the Wanderers.
Yeah, well,
Would
the
it
stone,
be-
the Rakia is from the Wanderers.
Would it be a decent idea for all of us to get our own sending stones and then save that information into the Rockarola?
Probably. It'd probably be for the best. But we don't also spend a lot of time apart from each other.
Right.
Like it's a good idea, but like sending how much is a regular sending stone, Josh?
I forget the price.
For a pair of sending stone missives, it's 10,000 gold.
Yeah, so it's
Jesus.
be
Yeah.
5,000 gold for a sending stone. Because I know honestly, Gil just needs the ice stone, and he can just communicate with everyone.
Yeah.
Maybe
But
useful
still,
because,
like that's gonna be another major. Because if we were to give one for everyone in the party, that'd be 10, 20, at least
it would be
25.
expensive. It would be
25,000, and then another one for Drac would make it 30.
It would be expensive. I only suggested it in the event that the one person that was holding the bugle stone would have it, while everyone else, if someone gets lost, they can just call them. Find
No,
them
no,
immediately.
you're right. Not a bad idea. It's either going to be our next major investment, or we'll see from there.
Right. Well, good thing is that now we have a Samsonite, so that's all that matters.
That one's pretty good.
Samsonite.
Yeah, it's pretty alright.
Alright.
Not
So,
as good as Rakia though.
as long as everybody is done speaking to each other on the day of arrivals, the same day of evaluation, you can finally begin the actual week that you guys are spending here in Faris for your proper training. At least your starting training.
I'm scared.
So, the sun is finally rising on the next day. As Dave, you arise and begin doing your whole morning ritual thing. Suddenly, everybody is then awoken by the sound of a cannon going off in the hallway, immediately sending ringing throughout your ears. As you hear the voice of Maximus on the other side
Fucking knew it.
shouting out, "Rise and shine, recruits!
Let's
Training
be honest.
day."
Let's be honest. If a cannon went off in the hallway, we all got tinnitus right now. We
Gil's-
don't hear.
Gil's just gonna pop
about
his head out of his door, like fully dressed,
Yeah.
like with a book in his hand. Huh?
John's gonna peek out with like a horrible bedhead. He has his harness for his guns on, but no clothes, and he's just peeking out the door.
Throws his door open, naked, with his sword in hand.
Your sword is the only thing censoring.
Just the hilt.
Max is gonna come over to Jean's door, kick it open, and say, "Let's go! Hide your ding dong and get your guns."
Did you say
Zorlov
hide
is,
your ding dong and get your guns?
Yep, that's what he said.
All right, I'm okay. I equip.
All right. Meanwhile, Elsie is gonna come by and open Anathil's door. Say, "Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!" In you guys don't see this happening, but Elsie tosses Anathil a package. And she says, "Put that on. That's what you're gonna wear for your training today."
Oh boy.
Meanwhile, Ferora is also going to show up, and with a snap of her fingers, Gil's door and Zorloff's door flings open. Let's
Gil kind of
go!
just
Let's go,
dodged-
Magi's! We have a lot of training to do today.
Gil kind of just sidesteps, closes the book in his hand, and walks out.
Ayaka shows up and politely knocks on Rose's door.
She's there in her cleric's garbs that she uses for her morning rituals.
She just like leans
Morning.
up. She just like leans on her staff and gives you a smile. Good morning. Are you ready?
About as ready as I think I'm ever going to be.
All right, and then Eve is gonna show up and head over to Usk, who is still naked, and say, "Yeah, you probably might want to put on some armor today."
Fine. As us will put on his armor and shit.
And shit.
So everybody makes their way out into the main hall, and Tarzer and Videl are going to show up, and each of them are carrying a bunch of stuff, some of which you guys recognize,
Oh.
as they now give you your items that you requested.
Oh yeah, that's right. I didn't have my sword. So I was just fully naked.
I need the fisticuffs.
So yes, Brady, you get your sword. Dave, you get your commissions. Everybody that ordered something from the 9 last session, you now have it.
Everyone got at least something.
You watch-
Ryan, look up robes of the, I want to say archmage? Not archmage. Robes of, no, it's archmage. Archmagi, I believe it is. No, it's not. My brain's
Alright.
just, it's just arcane heritage. That's what it is.
Robes of
Arcane
What?
heritage.
where do I look that up?
Wondrous
Uh,
items.
Here, I'll send you a link.
Okay, thank you.
I got it. Already open. Because this is a very good thing for you.
Yeah,
Alright.
so I'm gonna help you put that into your character sheet real fast.
You watch
Thank
as
you.
John very shittily attempts to put a lens on.
Let's see here.
Guys of the
Robes of
Eagle
Arcane Heritage. That sounds really cool.
The elegant dark purple robes, usually decorated with gold stitching, suggest a particular sorcerer bloodline, though some might indicate a family tree. When a sorcerer dons the robe of arcane heritage, the stitching pulls itself apart and reweaves it to match your particular sorcerer bloodline. You now treat your sorcerer level as 4 higher than normal for the purpose of determining what bloodline powers you can use and their effects.
Hello, Joseph.
What the fuck?
Like I said, it's a really good item. And we're what, currently level?
You didn't have to do this
8,
for me.
so-
Thank you all very much.
Yeah, so
Oh, you're okay.
so when determining your sorcerer bloodline powers, when you level up, you are now treated as a level 12 sorcerer.
Oh my
So-
god.
He immediately gets access then to his level 9 bloodline power, I believe.
Unfortunately, it won't work for Blood Ragers there, Zorlaw.
He's not going
That-
Blood Rager, he's going full sorcerer now.
Yep.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
We talked about this.
Yep.
All right. So, for the sake of that, I'm going to hold off of what Zorloff gets then.
We're gonna
So,
go
all right.
through that.
all right. So, wait a minute. I do have one question about the robe of arcane heritage.
Mhm.
All right. So, all right. So, hang on. I need to get my words in order. All right. So I know. All right. So I know that I already have the cloak of heavenly flames.
Yes, this actually is a
How does-
miscellaneous item. You don't take an
Arcane
armor
crystal.
penalty for that. Also the same with Ring of Protection.
All right. So, so I can still wear my robes and my cloak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Thank you. I
Yeah,
just
they're
noticed.
different wonder spot items.
I just noticed that makes Zorlov look badass.
Oh
So
yeah.
Thank you for that.
A nice brand new set of robes with the cloak of heavenly flame on it. Oh yeah.
Oh
This
yeah.
this shrine was an item I was planning on getting for Gil when he was still a sorcerer,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, well, you're a sorcerer. Here you go.
Might as well.
Well, thank you very much. You all did not have to do this for me. This is very
We
nice.
were all buying magic things, and
Yeah.
when you know a good magic item that will help a party member, you're like, buy this. Like I've been
Yep.
yelling at Jim Job to
Yeah.
buy the
John.
expanded beer.
What did John get again?
I got the eyes of the eagle. Whoa.
Right, the
eyes
lenses,
too?
the contact
The
lenses.
lenses and the armillary.
The medallion.
The
Armillary
Armaments?
amulet.
armillary amulet.
Yes.
All right. Usk got his sword upgraded. Zorloff got his robes. Gil got
Gloves of spell strike.
and Rose got her scythe upgraded.
No,
Yes,
I got my
armor.
armor.
Oh, the armor. That's
upgraded.
right. You got your
Yeah,
armor upgraded.
I ended up getting bolstering and invulnerable put on my and martyring on my armor.
All right,
Wow.
so you guys are all donned your gifts. Meanwhile, Tarzer and Medell then give 6 individually wrapped packages to Anethel as she thanks them and takes them into her room.
Looks at Annabelle. Early Christmas presents.
We just had Christmas technically.
Yeah, it was Glickmas. You remember?
Yeah, we had a Merry Glickmas.
Looks at Gil, floats up to him and boops him in the nose.
And
Never do that
Tarzer,
again.
Tarzer gives you guys a smile and says, "Good luck," and walks away with Medell.
Aye, thank you.
We're gonna need the luck.
Oh, but yeah, so what my armor now does is anytime I damage a creature with a melee attack or a ranged attack, I gain a +2 competence bonus on saving throws against that creature's abilities until the start of my next turn. Invulnerability just gives me an additional DR5 magic. And martyring, if I have a critical hit confirmed against me, I can heal a number of up to 9 allies that are within 30 feet of me, as if using Mass Cure Light Wounds, 1d8 plus 9.
Very good.
All right,
And-
so as Tarzer and Medell walk away, you all start to leave your quarters to begin your training. Make me perception rolls.
One sec while I load in.
1 second, please.
Gil, you just sent me an awesome list.
I'm like, this is all the shit you need. Like, and some of that stuff's like ridiculously cheap. Like, beneficial bandolier is a very
Let's
low
see.
level. It's
Let's see,
1,000 gold,
Perception. Ah.
and it's very good because it lets you swift action bullets into your gun.
You said perception, right, Josh?
Yep.
Cool.
Are you fucking me?
I don't know. Do you want me to be?
Who are we missing?
No.
Jean, perception.
18,
Did I not?
18.
Oh, I just opened my sheet and thought that was enough. Yeah. Good job.
21!
21. Well, actually, you guys are all of you managed to hear it.
Is
So
it bright light?
no, as you guys are leaving, you hear Anethil shout on the top of her lungs, "I am not putting this on."
I knew it. I knew it was gonna be some weird shit.
And I kind of look at Professor, not Seidel. That's the wrong name. Pharasma? No, that's not right either.
That's from Star Wars.
Yep. What's the goddamn professor?
Aurora.
Thank
Aurora.
Aurora.
you. We're just gonna let me. Too many names in my head. I'm just gonna look at Professor Ferrora.
Confidence mine.
Should we be concerned?
It's Elsie, I would. Elsie, what did you do? What did you give her? And the Dragonborn just turns to everybody and she like gestures towards herself and says something appropriate for the part.
She's
Yeah,
never
but
going
Oh,
to
she
what
is not
exactly
happy
is
right now.
that?
Literally entire room. She's not gonna wear that.
Building up a little bit more of her confidence. She's an
Yeah.
aspiring.
You might want to give her some more clothes than that.
It's not nearly as bad as mine.
I mean, I think you look really nice.
That's because you're a horn dog, Zorloff.
I mean, to be fair, her outfit isn't. At least if I'm going off of the token, it's not stupid or anything.
Yeah, this
No,
is
no, no.
this is
Well,
this is typically what she would wear around town.
But here's the thing. We know Anethil. Anethil will not wear that.
You know, this entire time Zorloff's been saying, "Hear me out." I'm gonna hear you out, Zorloff.
Oh God.
Wait. Hear him out on what?
Don't worry, this is table talk. That was table talk.
Okay.
It's the Joker when someone like comments "Hear me out" under something that's questionable to be attracted to.
Uh-huh.
I would like now to hear you out.
I'm gonna hear you out.
Okay.
Gil's just gonna look at Professor Pharasma.
No idea what you
She's
mean.
never
Aurora.
going to. God damn it, Aurora. My brain is not functioning right now. Apparently,
Confidence, Mom.
It's not confidence. It's just Matt being a dipshit.
Be confident, man. Come on, don't tell me.
I'm confident, and that's the issue here because I keep saying things incorrectly.
With your whole chest too. With
Matt,
your whole
that
chest.
wondrous item you sent me is the exact opposite of what Usk wants to do.
Really, you were trying to do Iron Mountain stuff.
Right. So, Elsie is just going to like give you guys the shoe and say, "This is part of my training. You all have your own. I won't harm her or put her in harm's way. You have my word with that."
Don't know if I trust your word.
If you're gonna do something funny to her, at least have it recorded somewhere so you can see it later.
You hear Anethil shout from behind the door, "I'm going to stab you!"
You'd be doing me a favor.
If you want Anethil, I can do it now.
We will all graciously stab him for you.
I won't.
This feels more like a confession rather than a proposal. I think you all just want to stab me.
Alright.
Ah,
So, everybody then disperses and begins training.
I think the
Yeah.
correct wording for that, Josh, for most of us was getting our asses kicked.
Well, we can go ahead and start off with Zorloff and Gil.
Magic time.
Yeah. Ferrara
Magic
leads you
mommy.
guys down into a further chamber into the castle that is a standard wooden door at the end of a very long hallway. And then you see her use her hand to unlock it as it lights up with arcane runes again. She opens the door, and you guys see white. She opens the door and gestures you guys inside.
Let me
Gil
guess.
just blinks a little bit.
Hyperbolic time chamber.
Ah,
Josh?
So as you guys go in, you walk into an infinity room.
Yep. I was
Yep.
right.
You guys are just marveled by the endless nothingness. As the door closes behind you, and Ferrara walks up to the center of the room, she says, "So, this is a pocket dimension that I have created that will regenerate itself as we destroy it. Now, as I am aware of what your souls are capable of, I am unaware of what your magical cores are capable of. So, she just like holds her hands open and says, hit me with your best shots."
Hit me with your best shot.
Excuse me?
You have the lady. Hit her with your best shot.
I'm not gonna attack someone unprovoked. Are you crazy?
Zoloff?
Well, if you would rather skip offensive, perhaps we can go and start with defense. And she holds up her finger as it starts to spark with electricity.
Oh,
Gil
God.
is immediately.
It's Germany
going-
training all over again.
Gil is
Yep.
going to cast aqueous
got
orb
flashbacks.
around her.
Make me a caster level check.
Yep.
A French part of me died just now.
Wait, why?
26,
Not
you
bad.
fail.
Yeah, I'm about to say not bad, but I ain't gonna win.
Noctis's accent was a French accent. And this is the exact training he received.
All right
Alright.
then.
So, Gil and Zorloff initiate offensive training, throwing all of their spells at Ferora.
We're gonna throw that one too.
All right.
Split from that SR.
Usk.
Yes.
Eve takes you outside of the kingdom, into the wilderness, and more specifically into a large field that contains a very large boulder. And she smiles as she gives it a good old slap as she leans on it and says, "So your training is going to be consisting of moving this all the way back to the kingdom."
Oh god, it's like fucking Mr. Miyagi all over again.
Yeah.
Now, Brady, you're standing in front of this boulder. Usk, being as tall as he is, not.
A whopping 5'5".
Yeah, this boulder is very easily a solid 10 feet tall.
Oh god.
It is
Fucking the demon
Huge.
Slayer bitch.
So, I need you to move this boulder back to the kingdom.
Do I have a time limit?
Nope. Well, technically, yes. How long can you go without eating?
Physically before starvation? About 7 days.
Cool. I'm gonna go find lunch then. Good luck.
Rude.
So, Brady, how are you going to try and get this boulder back to the kingdom?
How is this boulder shaped?
It's almost a perfect sphere.
Ooh, I have an idea.
Perfect.
But as you
I'm gonna
can,
rage and try and roll it.
you're gonna try and roll it. Okay, what is your push and drag weight?
With raging or without?
With raging, since you are raging.
Let's see here. Push drag?
2,600 pounds. All right. So you let out your rage, and you just try heaving and hoeing at this thing. Go ahead and roll me a strength check. The boulder does not budge.
I rolled a fucking 2!
I mean, hey, that's better than the one. That's better than it rolling on you and crushing you.
So you take some time going through all the charges of your rage, and even after with the fatigueness starting to settle
Don't get
in.
fatigued.
Oh, you don't get fatigued. Okay, never mind. And you keep trying and go ahead and give me another strength check.
That was still with rage.
Okay, that's fine. So it'll take you up till about lunchtime. And again, Boulder still hasn't moved. Eve eventually does come back, and she is dragging a deer behind her.
Oh.
Yep. She puts it down and she gives you a smile and says, "So, how's progress going?"
It's not.
Pity. No, keep trying. She just goes into the woods, starts gathering a bunch of materials and such, and she eventually starts setting up like a big fire, and she starts cooking the deer that she just killed in front of you as you're trying to move this boulder.
That's incentive. Get him, Tanjiro.
Go ahead and make me another strength check.
With or without rage.
I'll give you rage. All right, a little bit better. You could have sworn that you felt it move just a little bit.
And then it rolled back into position.
Yep, right back into position. And Eve is just there like freaking Monster Hunter style, just turning the meat on the fire.
I love Monster Hunter.
She's like, it's gonna take a little bit more than that to get that out of that rut. And this continues all day. You can go ahead and try one more time.
God damn it.
Oh.
Oh, poor Astagalian. Not strong enough to move boulder.
Alright. Ayaka and Rose. Ayaka guides Rose to the Grand Cathedral of Faris. And Dave, essentially what goes on with your training is similar to what you used to do when you were in the Church of Pharasma with Opal, except you are then advanced into the studies of like the older pastors and going into a lot of study of like what sermons and other higher ranking religious leaders would go into. You're taking the AP classes of Jesus.
That's a good way to put it.
Fair.
Welcome to seminary, bitch.
Yeah. So, John and Max. John, Max leads you directly down into the firing range that is below the Colosseum. And there is nobody around. It is just you and him in this big arena with targets on every other end of the arena.
Oh. I want to just pull my gun out in preparation and aim at a target, but not actually shoot.
And then Max is going to walk over and he's going to like push the barrel of your gun down and he's going to say, "Oh, you won't be needing that today."
Oh
I'm
no.
even more terrified. I'm gonna put that in the holster.
All right. Now, first rule of firearms. You have to know your weapon. But, most importantly, and he pulls out one of his guns, you got to learn how to dodge.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh yes, I have not been able to use his ability yet.
So, I'm going to start off with a standard pistol, same ones that you would probably wield. It'll hurt, but dodge this, I'll increase the difficulty. Up till you can start dodging some of my guns.
I'm scared, actually.
As he pulls out one of his guns on his hip, aims it at a target that's about 40 feet away. You hear the gun fire, a flash of bright light comes on as like a laser beam shoots out of it, completely eviscerating the target and then punching a hole the size of a person into the solid stone wall, just completely melting it.
You're gonna shoot me with rubber pellets, right? Right?
If you could
Training.
dodge lead, you could dodge a ball.
Training begins now.
Oh,
And then he starts shooting at you.
a lot of these. And a lot of these. And some of these. Okay, anyways. A lot of dodging. Somebody's teaching me dodging?
Yes.
Fight a lot of people with guns, I'm
Fucking,
realizing.
I'm gonna be fucking Neo.
That's the goal here.
You're gonna fucking need it, just so you know.
Yeah.
Alright. Meanwhile, Anathil and Elsie are doing their thing.
God, I can only imagine what that's looking like.
I can only imagine. Only imagine.
So, the first day closes out with Gil and Zorloff completely exhausted.
No more magic left.
No, absolutely no mana left in their reservoirs. They are. You guys will be fatigued, with the complete drain of all of your magical essence right now.
Remind me to never roll in Baroque.
All right,
See here.
Brady, you can go ahead and make me another strength check. Yeah,
And
same
that was
or
without rage.
yeah. The same ordeal. Without your rage, you finally actually managed to get it to move up a little bit.
Atta boy.
Gil just casually petting Percival, who we do forget still exists.
And Eve is just sitting there watching you, and she's like, all right, I think that'll do for the first day. Made some progress, I'll give you that. Granted, you didn't get to move the boulder, but you moved it without raging. That's good.
Your
Get 'em,
attitude
sister
seems
Beth.
condescending, and I'm not sure I like it.
She's just gonna walk up to you, and she's gonna like shush you with her finger, and says shush 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 shush. She's gonna pull out a small little package and like put it in your hand. And says Polyarda cracker.
I think she likes ya.
This is sadistic. As he eats
I think
whatever's
she
in the
likes you, may
package.
just go with it.
They're just saltine crackers. All right, Dave, you are feeling a tad bit exhausted as well from expending all of your divine energy of your cleric side, and your head kind of hurts from all the studying that you did.
I'm going to say my head probably hurts more than anything from just reading. All day.
Probably, yeah. We'll pan back to the shooting gallery with Jean as he's lying on the ground with empty healing pots like surrounding him.
Pew. Is that going well, or am I fucking miserably failing?
You took quite a few shots. If you didn't heal up all the damage, you would probably look like Swiss cheese.
There's about 7
Oh
different
God, it's
spots in
William
my
all
body
over
that I
again.
can breathe out of now.
Hey, but I was sturdy Swiss cheese.
Max is gonna hover over you and pick you up by your arm and says, "Well, managed to at least avoid a musket shot. That's good." Oh, he's gonna turn around and he's gonna start thinking out loud. Perhaps I'll bring out the cannons tomorrow.
Listen, if you bring anything else out, I'm gonna have to have a little more than just my arm be metallic, eh?
Well, that'll certainly put a little bit of advantage on you. And so everybody begins to gather up again for dinner, and eventually you guys will see Elsie come in, and eventually Anathil will trail behind her as she has her performance violin strapped across her back. However, you do happen to see her wearing something similar to like a belly dancer's outfit. And she is redder than the Hollywood red carpet.
I look at Zorloff because I assume
I
we're all-
have one word for you, Josh. Do you want to know what that one word is?
Please enlighten us.
Thanks.
Nosebleed.
I'm gonna look at him like eyes. You only make eye contact. If I see
He's
your
not
eyes,
listening to Gil.
if your eyes wander anywhere, so help me God, I will just stab you.
And
I may be
Ferrara comments on that, and she's like, well, it's not as bad as I thought it was.
I'm not disagreeing with that. We all assumed the worst. But at the same time, his nose legitimately started bleeding as soon as he entered the room. I'll have none of that.
Then again, with almost every single woman with even a slightly attractive appearance he's seen since he's begun traveling with us, he has done that with.
Alright, you have me there. But it's a lot different when it's a complete stranger.
And Elsie pets Anathil, and she says, well, she did make a great amount of progress breaking out of that little introverted shell of hers. Granted, your violin was out of tune, and you could use a little bit more pep in your tune. But tomorrow is another day. And so this training proceeds all week.
Yay.
Oh no.
Go get him. Come on, Brady. You don't like being Sisyphus?
No, I don't like being Sisyphus.
What the? What?
He's the guy
What
from Greek mythology that has to roll a boulder up a hill
And every time
forever
he
and
reaches
eternity.
the top, it rolls
It-
back down.
Yeah, it rolls back down.
I've never heard of him.
Greek
Really?
mythology.
Greek mythology. Do you know why
I
he's holding the
mean-
boulder up?
Why?
I don't remember.
It was a punishment by the Greek gods to
Because
hold
he
up.
captured Thanatos
Yes.
and
And-
basically said, "You can't die now. There's no one to bring the dead."
Yeah, so the reasons why he's
Wait,
stopping
what?
the boulder, if I remember correctly, it's because the boulder is threatening to crush his home village.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, it's like true psychological torment.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
That's what the
Oh, I
Greeks did.
It's like the moral compass of trains going down and splitting in two tracks. You can either kill your family or kill a bunch of random people.
I'll kill the random people.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, but Zorlov with, well, he just likes the girls. That's all I'm gonna say on
Clearly.
that part.
So the
You
training
Yeah.
Don't say.
the training proceeds throughout the whole
Shut
week,
up.
equally getting harder and harder as the time moves on. With the mages being mainly threatened by Professor Ferrara, throwing all of the magic that they can at her, only to have it batted away and instructed of greater usage and precision of their magics. Zorloff, thanks to the benefits of your robe, your magic evolves enough where the benefits actually take place, and you will now gain your vermilion wings.
Awesome.
As suddenly Zorloff just gets frustrated one day and poof, fiery phoenix wings sprout from his back.
Gil's gonna take take a couple steps away.
That was supposed to be him screaming.
So Ferrara obviously takes advantage of this and explains to you, how to control your wings and such, and teach you how to fly. which of course puts a lot of strain on you, considering that it requires a lot of back muscles.
Yeah.
And at the ending of your trainings, like, you go to crack your neck and it sounds like bubble wrap.
Which, wait a fucking minute. How does she know how to fly?
As she casts fly on herself.
You walked into that
What?
one.
And instead of what
What
you
the
have
fuck?
of fiery phoenix wings, a pair of bat-like demon wings sprout from her back.
Zorlov
Yeah,
looks at the
that's
camera.
fairly
How fucking
accurate.
original.
It's like the. It's like the office.
Oh wow, that's neat. How long did it take you to do that? Actually.
Well, I have
Yes,
been alive for almost 200 years. Over 200 years. I can't remember.
But you look so young.
Reincarnation.
Oh yeah, that's almost forgot that.
Usk, your entire weeks of training is basically the exact same thing of you trying to push the boulder, and Eve throwing crackers at you like dog treats with Goldo.
Aww. Hee 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 hee.
Well, it's safe to say that Usk is now Bruce Banner talking to Captain America. That's my secret. I'm always angry.
I'm always angry.
Rose,
Seriously, I love that moment.
welcome to Sunday school, except
no.
it's every day, all day.
Oh.
Welcome to Bible study.
What's so bad about that?
Bible study.
Yeah, pretty
So?
much. All right, Jean.
Yeah.
Have fun with the cannons.
Oh.
Yeah. You get upgraded from standard flintlocks to muskets to cannons, and then eventually Max gets a couple of his underlings in as well to start manning like harpoon guns
Oh god, he's
and
got ballistas.
or ballistas, that's the word.
Oh god. He's just pelting me with all this shit.
Yep. Like slowly working you up the ladder of lethality.
I think we're about to.
And of course,
going to die.
And of course, Medell is coming by every now and then with a fresh batch of brand new, like, stacks upon stacks of health potions. just en masse.
How do you help?
And Anathil spends her entire week in her new outfit playing for Elsie and denizens of each of the layers.
Oh god.
As
Oh,
her and Elsie travel amongst Faris as a performing duo. Anathil with the music and Elsie with her dancing.
I bet the last players are really gonna love them.
Alright, and so, at the end of this week of training, let me go and grab something first. You. That file. And Dave is actually going to get a token change. Blow it up for everybody to see. A little pixelated, but
The idea.
Yeah.
You get the idea.
She party.
yep, new outfit. And so,
Does she dye her hair too?
Yes.
oh, she even dyes her hair.
Very good.
Okay. Really emphasizing Scarlet Reaper. Alright,
Didn't
and
think
so,
about that, but yeah.
so, at the end of this week, you guys are now allowed to level to 9.
Yay.
Nice.
But we're not done yet. You can do that over the course of the week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So everybody then gathers up with Tarzer, of course, and he begins to explain to you, well, the basics of your training are technically complete. There really isn't much else that we can teach you all. As
That wasn't that bad.
Well-
Actually.
they're not quite sure where else to go.
Who the fuck is that Rose?
Yeah.
Jim John.
That wasn't that bad, actually.
Oh, I also forgot to mention that Typhel is here.
What? When?
Okay.
Yeah, he just showed up
Why?
He just showed up
Oh.
randomly one day.
That's what he does.
I mean, are you guys surprised he just does this?
I mean, I'm surprised, but
I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
really
no.
not.
So, by now, you, according to Mr. Mirasil here, you are capable of fulfilling your quest. Are you all ready?
I believe we're as ready as we're going to ever be, aren't we?
If
I
this Swiss
suppose
cheese in
so.
your body tells me anything.
Took the words out of my mouth there, Gil.
Now, rest assured, when you guys do make it back, I'm fairly confident that Her Highness will reward you for your services. Just try not to piss her off. That's all I kindly
Easier
ask.
said than done.
I was mainly directing that towards Mr. Mirasil. I guess I will try. She did burn half my home. But looks like I'm in charge of you all now. Joy.
We're equally as charmed.
Oh, come now. Oh,
Yeah.
come now. Our journey is going to be swift and hopefully as painless as possible. Now, I hope you all packed for the cold, because you're going to need it.
Oh, I still have those fancy clothes.
Oh, no. Those clothes aren't going to help you. I meant, I hope you have some sort of magical protection against cold.
Oh, that kind of cold.
Anethil looks confused and she's going to say, I thought we were going to hell. Yes. More specifically, we are going to the 5th layer of hell. That's where the Demon Queen resides. And the 5th layer is cold.
What? What is the fifth layer?
Fifth layer is the layer Stygia. And as explained in the past, the fifth layer is the layer of anger.
Oh, this'll be fun.
So, pack your bags, stream catchers.
Could we,
We're
theoretically, get
going to hell.
potions of endure elements?
Literally. Wait,
I feel like we're going to need those.
I gave someone a push of Endure elements, unless I'm confusing my last campaign's inventory.
Well, you will have 4 days to make as many as you can.
No, I do have an Endure elements potion. Get fucked, me.
Alright, so next week is going to begin your descent into the Scar of Avalon.
Oh, I see.
Joy.
Yay.
As you will begin
Oh
your
boy.
descent into the 9 layers of hell with Typhul as your guide.
This is unusual.
That's gonna be fun.
Yes,
Alright.
it is.
So, make sure to level your characters to level 9 before next week. And as for everybody at home, thank you for watching as this nice little training arc begins. And next week, we begin in search of the Demon Queen, leader of the 9. So, tune in next week, every same time, 7 p.m. Eastern, right here at the Silent Table. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Sayonara.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Buenas noches.